Welcome back to the halfway White House. The sun rises on a new day. The last day in the halfway White House for Tulsi Gabbard. Waiting for the sun to rise on Tulsi Gabbard's last day in the halfway White House. Good morning, I'm here ready to serve. Good morning, Bernie, I'm here ready to serve the country. Bernie, I have some news for you that you perhaps are not going to like. I will be leaving the halfway White House today and endorsing Joe Biden as the candidate to win the competition. Wow, really? I mean, really? What did I do to deserve this? Where's this coming from? I don't understand. Are you, Tulsi, are you malfunctioning? Look, Tulsi, I understand that you are some sort of android, some sort of Soong type android searching for its humanity. But I feel like you may be a little bit on the fritz right now. Like, were you hit by some sort of neutron surge or a broken plasma conduit or whatever malarkey happens on Star Trek? No, I am operating within the confines of my programming to ascend to the presidency by whatever means necessary. I am conservative, I am liberal, I am anti-war, I am pro-military, I am all things to all people. I am programmed to be and was designed to be the perfect candidate. I was sent back in time through a time warp to be the perfect candidate, but my mission has failed, and so the backup routine is accelerate the destruction of the human race by endorsing Joe Biden. I don't know why she didn't just endorse me. You know, I was always we had Tulsi in earlier in the administration. We were thinking about making her a UN ambassador or something. She'd definitely be a super hot face for America. So I don't know why she doesn't just endorse me. Why didn't she just jump over onto my side? I've got the economic populism sewn right up. I'm going to mail people out the $1,000 checks. And they'll have no choice but to vote for me in November because I'm the only one out of the entire field of people running for president. Just going to ignore Bernie Sanders, calling for actual material relief to people suffering from this coronavirus that I'm thankfully not inured from being here in this, sequestered in this house with all these other losers. Corona will in no way affect me personally. The Chinese virus can't touch me, but I nonetheless feel for the people who the coronavirus can touch, like Joe Biden touching the neck and hairline of a teenage girl. If the coronavirus is touching you like that, my heart goes out to you, and also a $1,000 check. I'm dreaming that I'm gonna wake up from this nightmare any day. Please, please, God. God, I've never believed in you. I've never called out to you before, but please, God, wake me up. Wake the country up from this fucking nightmare. Please. My prayers fall on deaf ears. There truly is no God. And now they've shut the power off. Alright, Joe, let's practice for a debate. I'll be the law and order guy, and you be the, you just be the, soft on crime and soft in the head guy. I'm gonna tweet about it. Sure, let's see, what can I say on my end? Yeah, I agree with President Trump that rap music needs to knock it off. I agree. I'm in agreement with the president. This is the way our debates are going to go. I'm gonna be saying stuff like, I agree with Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a great friend of mine. I'm just gonna not read the room, and I'm just gonna default to being Mr. Gets Along with Everybody, and that's how this election's going to go and this debate's going to go. We're going to keep it clean, right, Mr. President? Let's see, your hair, it's the color of the underside of a CD. Like, is your hair just coated in gasoline? Is that what it is? Okay, bye, loser. Tulsi, who the hell is Tulsi? Tulsi Gabbard, I don't even know who that is. Gee whiz. Tulsi Gabbard, that name sounds like a bunch of malarkey. So anyway, listen here, fat. You sit there on the bedside table all day long, and you're just sitting there and you're soaking up electricity. And what are you giving out in return? What, light? Light has no substance. You know what? Go vote for someone else. Go vote for one of your lamp kind. How about that? I'm going to vote to make sure that table lamps have to go to separate schools from floor lamps and wall sconces. How about that? I'm the one Democrat calling for that. That's right. Nothing to do here, quarantined in the dark, but play this, Indian sitar, I'm gonna go ahead and say. You know, I was a lifeguard on duty at a pool in Calcutta back in the 60s. This guy came up to me and his name was Curry Pop. And I was like, hey, you gotta get out of here with your random coordinated dancing you all your friends are doing. Give me a break. Go vote for someone else. Like, for instance, Narendra Modi. Vote for Narendra Modi if you are in India. Vote for him. I just took a massive Narendra Modi right here in the bar of the house. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm also throwing my endorsement to Jair Bolsonaro. Good luck, Mr. Presidente of Brazil. Wow, it's power's out and none of the electronics are working. Look, what's this shelf of things over here? What are these things on this shelf, Tulsi? Why, those would be books, Donald. Why don't I read one to you? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Tulsi Gabbard, read me a story. This is the story of the ugly duckling. One day, a duckling was born to a mother duck, and it was so ugly. And she named the duckling Donald. Oh boy, that's my name. Oh boy. I'm in the story too. And then one day, the ugly duckling grew up into a beautiful swan and stood ready to serve in the National Guard or in Congress or in a Biden administration. The end. Oh, I'm sorry, I've already walked off. I got bored. Let's see. I can jump in the pool when it's under quarantine, right? I mean, the swimming pool is filled with quarantine. The swimming pool's got to be the safest place you could be right now because the water's full of quarantine that kills all the germs. I'm a genius. I'm drowning in all this quarantine. The quarantine's getting in my eyes and making them all red and puffy. But I guess that's just the sacrifice you have to make when you're in quarantine. Gets in your eyes, makes them all puffy. Kind of bleaches your hair out a little bit. That's fine. It's fine by me though. I don't really notice it. Donald, what are you doing? What are you doing out in the pool? You're gonna get. It's very unsafe to be inside of a swimming pool during a viral outbreak. No, it isn't, Bernie. Don't you know that swimming pools are full of quarantine and it kills all the germs? Idiot. Oh my god. And he's probably going to be president for another 4 years. Nothing I could do could stop him. I have failed. It's technically not over yet, but things are not looking good. Oh, hi, Tulsi. Hello, Bernie. How are you? Would you like to discuss ways to alleviate the coronavirus outbreak for the American people? Sure, Tulsi, I say through clenched teeth patiently because I'm trying to make sure I stay issues oriented. Sure, Tulsi, let's just hug it out and make up. There we go. It's all better now, and we can get back to work for the American people. And look at these two assholes. You're both trash. You're both fucking trash. Fuck both of you, fuck all of you. Shut up about houses. Shut the fuck up about houses, Joe. Well, Bernie, you're seeming a little mad online right now. You're sounding a lot like some of the people that are underneath my tweets. Just mad and sad. So anyway, I'm talking about giving money to the American people. Whoa, hey, Donald. Hey, not so crazy there. We can't just mail out cash checks to people who are in a tight spot because of the outbreak. What about the means testing? Those dollars, they could just be spent on anything, like at liquor stores and, like all the blacks do with all their money. Wow, even I'm aghast at that, Joe. Jesus Christ, I've never even tweeted something like that out. That's your choices, folks. There you go. Economic populism coupled with violent ethno-nationalism versus whatever the fuck Joe Biden's bringing to the table. There's your choices, folks. Right now, this country's future is looking a lot like this grill. We're cooking veggie dogs on it, but it's filthy. This grill is just a perfect analogy for the future, the likely future of this country. You know what? Bernie Sanders is over it. Bernie's over it, folks. It's time for me to have a self-care day. I'm going to eat this entire platter of hot dogs. I'm gonna slather them in ketchup and mayonnaise and mustard and relish and just tamp them down my gullet like a competitive eater. Because this guy's looking out for number one from now on. That's right, this guy's his own top 1% from now on. Hey Bernie, if the power's out, why is the electricity sparking underneath the, Is electricity still sparking out from underneath the refrigerator? I don't get it. I don't get a lot of things. You know what? I don't get this fucking country. How about that? That's what I don't get. Oh, hi, both of you guys. Just walking through here to mop up the water left from the broken faucet that I have endorsed. Now to try my best to repair the broken faucet that I endorsed. I endorsed this faucet being broken, and now it's time for me to fix it from inside the house. Can someone please install the new update into Tulsi Gabbard so she'll start getting her shit together and working right again, please? Can we get Geordie LaForge in here to take a look at Tulsi Gabbard? I think she's on the fritz, clearly. That's right, power's out, we're under quarantine. Captain Trips is ripping through the population, it's the end times, and I'm just gonna lay back and chill. I'm just gonna stroll around the house in my board shorts and shades, feeling pretty good about my future and, by extension, the future of the country. That's right, Biden 2020, slogan, go vote for someone else. See, that's the thing, this whole reverse psychology thing worked perfectly. Tulsi, you and all the rest, you did it wrong. I understood that, as Agent Smith says in The Matrix, what I understand is that Americans define their political reality by their own misery. So if you tell them go vote for someone else, they'll vote for you. You just gotta, you meet the voters, don't shake their hand, just slap them around a little bit. Call them assholes and horses' asses and fat jacks and all that stuff, and they'll just throng to you. That's what me and Donald Trump understand about politics. Trump understands that people just, if they either want to feel better than everyone else, which is why they vote for Trump, or they want to feel miserable and hate themselves, and that's why they vote for guys like me. I scold people for no reason. It makes me seem authoritative. Look how authoritative and presidential I look. Give me a break. Yeah, give all of us a break. Jack. Why don't you listen here, Jack? Would you like some cheese with your wine? You come here talking about cheese and wine. I'm just trying to talk about dinosaurs and how cool they are. See, this is why the youth vote didn't turn out for you, Bernie. You're not talking to them about the stuff that matters to them, like dinosaurs and police cars. Yeah, I guess you're right, Joe. I guess you're right. I guess I was the asshole all along. I guess I was the horse's ass. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay, good. And we'll all just sit here in the dark, the house burning down around us at some point, I'm sure, because we got electrical fires right underneath the fridge of all things. Like, look at what the fridge is doing. The fridge is shorting out. Joe Biden and Donald Trump walking around the house in their bathing suits. Yeah, that's right, Tulsi. You just stand right there. You just stand right there in that puddle of water next to the shorting out fridge. Donald, why aren't you paying the power bill? You got more money than anyone else here. Why aren't you paying the power bill? Because I'm waiting for Mexico to pay it. Might take me another term, but just you wait and see. Mexico's gonna pay for the power, the wall, and everything. And I will suspend elections indefinitely until Mexico pays for all the stuff we need them to pay for. Just gave $1.5 trillion to the banks through the Federal Reserve System. And now, folks, we gotta get Mexico to pay for everything else. And I plan to stay president until that happens. I would like to oppose you very strongly on that point. I would like to very strongly disagree that you should be president for life. I think that a lot of people would agree that you shouldn't. I don't know about that. A lot of people say that I should be. Probably more. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so based on your approval ratings. But I have a feeling if I, Bernie Sanders, made Donald Trump should not be president for life part of my platform, that the centrist, neoliberal, moderate Democrats would throw themselves onto spikes and swords and spears to ensure that you, Donald Trump, did remain president, just to spite me. But hey, you know what? I guess that's just the way America crumbles. Ah yes, good. America crumbling. Things are going great for my mission here in the past, after all. Mission parameters improving. Mission success increasingly likely. Everything going according to plan. Hello, future running mate Joe Biden. Hello. Bernie Sanders. You're nothing to me anymore, Bernie. That's all I have to say to you. You didn't publicly make me your running mate ahead of the end of the primary, and you must pay, and America must pay, and I stand ready to serve in the National Guard or in Congress. I stand ready to serve. I stand ready to serve. Yikes. You know what? I feel in the long run, I dodged a bullet with the Tulsi thing. So you know what? I'm gonna go to bed confident that I didn't need her endorsement, and hey, you know what? There's still a lot of delegates to win. Who knows? Who knows what the future might bring? We're living in the age of Trump. You can't predict anything. Tell me I'm not gonna make the coolest president ever when I totally win in November. Come on, tell me. And I'll tell you, hey, shitface, you don't think I'm the coolest guy that's ever reached across the aisle? Then you can eat my shit and vote for someone else. And then you'll vote for me. That's apparently how it works.
Noi, Fras Bobsel, Chichi, Hish Bipsa Lagoosh.
Good old Cup of Joe, which is also my name. Oh, I cracked myself up. Funniest guy in politics. Everyone loves me for some reason. Look who's on top of this steadily declining world. Oh, Biden 2020, never gonna stop this Acela line train straight into the White House. No, sir.
Bahira?
What I like to do is when I'm here at the gym and I'm boxing on the punching bag, I just like to imagine that the punching bag is an otherwise dutiful Democratic voter who came up and asked me a moderately challenging question. I just want to box their ears and knock their teeth out, and then take a crowbar or a lead pipe or a bicycle chain out and just wail on them until blood shoots out of every orifice on their head. Oh, give me a break. Still going around fixing the problems that the people I endorse have caused. America will have no choice but to love me by 2024. Tulsi for President 2024. I have come back in time from the year 2024 to sabotage the ascendancy of President Bernie Sanders and to just be kind of all over the place in this election, to be the agent of chaos to ensure that I am president in 2024. Also, I need to murder John Connor at some point. Need to get around to that.
Baby door.
Feeling refreshed now to put, Biden's looking for a bidet. We're out of toilet paper here in the halfway White House, and let me just order a bidet off of Amazon here and have Amazon Flex deliver it to me. So happy that the gig economy's still going strong. We got to keep those workers out there working, doing the deliveries to the richer people, and that's why it's important not to do direct cash payments for coronavirus relief for people out of work. Got to get them back to work. Just as long as we scold them into washing their hands and sanitizing their hands nonstop, as long as they're still working for us. And then we can means test for the rest of the people who need checks and make sure that everyone who needs one doesn't get one, because that's what makes everyone happy, is when making no one happy. That's what bipartisan compromise is all about. Making everyone happy by making everyone just kind of vaguely miserable. Hooray, bipartisanship! Another beautiful day. Waking up. Taking a shit in the tub. That's right. This is what everyone wants to see, isn't it? What everyone paid the money to see right here.
Ooh, leap. Oh. Ooh, leap. Oh. Oh. Alpha! Bamoy! Oh! Oh, soon. Unga.
Just thinking about Joe Biden, how much I love him as an opponent. Because he's such low-hanging fruit, and frankly, I'm not in good enough shape for anything higher hanging than Joe Biden. So, thank God for that. Hey there, fat! Oh, Joe, you just called me fat. Creepy Uncle Joe just called me fat. Isn't that something? You got, what, you got fat, you got Jack, you got pal, those are the words you have to call people. I've got creepy Uncle Joe, crazy Bernie, lying Ted, low energy Jeb, little Marco. Kinda filled mine are a little more devastating than yours, Joe. Good luck in the debates. / sarcasm. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I was one? I'm hilarious on Twitter. I totally know how to be funny on Twitter. Can you imagine if I was one of those people who followed up obviously sarcastic shit they were saying by typing out the word sarcasm and putting it between asterisks or something? Like, imagine being that fucking corny online under the age of, let's say, 40. Guess I'm just gonna sit around in my bathrobe and read Bookchin.
Oh.
So what are you two assholes out here conspiring about this time? Other ways that you can stab me in the back? Are you singing the music of treachery? Is this a backstabber party we got going on back here, huh? Well, no, actually, we were just talking about how swimming pool installation and. Well, you're both trash. Regardless, you're both trash. Joe Biden is clearly the candidate best suited to win my home state, Hawaii. Just look at the way he's dressed. We represent the two types of Hawaiian that are on that island. This is Joe looks very much like people of European descent look when they are in Hawaii and moving to Hawaii. Hawaii. Sorry, I was mispronouncing it. I'm Tulsi Gabbard from Hawaii. Reading about the currency of this time period. Must educate myself more to assimilate better into this contemporary time period so that I can be overlord in 2024. Whether it's Biden or Trump, either way, 2024 turns out great for Tulsi Gabbard, the future android from Hawaii. Ah, yes, I too love to read many books. Look, I'm reading the shit out of this book right now. Look at me. You know what? I've read it cover to cover in just 1 minute. I read the whole thing. I'm actually an excellent speed reader. I too possess the capabilities to process the information from an entire book within a matter of seconds. Oh yeah, me too, I totally have that, yep. Don't ask me anything about the book though. I'm gonna say that if you do, I'll say that's a nasty, provocative question, and you're a terrible journalist. If you want to know what the book's about, you gotta read it yourself. Probably not as fast as I can though. Why isn't Tulsi over here doing this? Why am I the one swiffing up the water that's running all around in the kitchen? Also, still haven't figured out why we have no power, but there's still electricity sparking around underneath the fridge. Is it Tommyknockers? Are the Tommyknockers doing it? Gremlins, perhaps? You know what? Just gonna go for a nice jog. Going for a nice jog. Getting all the... And now for a nice swim. Just gonna get all of the bad energy out of me. Just... frog paddling away all the bad vibes. Just gonna lie here. And you know what? This is Bernie's self-care day. This is a day for me. I've worked so hard to try to bring a solid social democracy safety net to this country, as is the standard in every other industrialized country. And you know what? Apparently people just don't fucking want it, or at least the material interests of the lowest class, of the lower classes, are just plain outnumbered by the upper middle class and the top 1%. Maybe that's the case. Maybe the poor are just outnumbered in this country. No, you know what? No. Can't let myself fall into that trap. People are disenfranchised in this country. There is a lack of class consciousness. There is a lack of serious material analysis in our media and in our politics. You know what? Just floating here in the Zima blue has given me the recentering I need to push past the feelings of hate and anger and betrayal, and to stay focused on the future of the American people, who deserve saving from Donald Trump and from the entire shitty American project in general. You know what? If I lose this, I'm rebranding as an MLM. I'm gonna go full on Marxist-Leninist Maoist.
Hey, Kibaru Benu. Lemfi Nulitz. Zapanquar. Gorbani.
I'm going to wear nothing but Che Guevara and Thomas Sankara t-shirts, along with my big green jacket. Do you know what? Losing this primary is going to radicalize me in a way that moving away to Vermont didn't. I was much more radical in the 60s, but then I moved to Vermont and got into politics there, And it's a very comfortable, kind of lefty-ish place to be, so you don't really have to be too radical. It's very, like, white leftism in Vermont. But nope, you know what? My real problem this election was that I wasn't radicalized enough. I wasn't reaching out more to people who understand that Black Lives Matter is not a hate group. Neither were the Black Panthers. They were a liberatory organization who has been much maligned by racist, right-wing racists like Donald Trump and centrist pieces of shit like Joe Biden. You know what? I'm officially going to join the Black Panthers party. When I lose this, if I lose this primary, it's still a possibility I could win it. There's still a possibility that I could win every single other delegate. Still is up for grabs between now and the convention. Who the fuck even knows how the coronavirus is going to affect that outcome? But you know what? It doesn't matter. Just let the plague rip through the population. It's mostly just going to kill the people over 50 who aren't voting for me anyway. So frankly, I don't give a shit. I'll just say I just don't give that much of a shit about coronavirus. I just want to mail out the free checks. I'm calling on the mailing out of free $1,000 checks to every American, direct cash payments. Beyond that, if it wants to take all the over 50 voters with it, go right ahead. It's too late to do anything about it. Kind of like climate change.
Shersha Gribaru.
Just doing what I always do, enjoying my McDonald's. That I don't get poisoned. McDonald's is spraying down all of their burgers and fries and chicken nuggets with ozone. They're just coating everything in ozone. So that's what I'm eating. That's how I'm staying healthy. It's the way I've always stayed healthy, folks. Just eating nothing but McDonald's all the time. That way no one can poison me. McDonald's is a very healthy place to eat. Been doing it my whole life, just look at me. Here's a book about America, it's got eagles in it. It's a good start. Good start in a book about America. So if I was writing a book about America, probably will. Thinking a lot about doing that probably. I'd start with eagles. Just pictures of eagles on the cover, front page. It'll be one of those books with the glossy. It's mostly a pulp book, but it's got glossy pages in the middle with pictures on them, and it's just gonna be all eagles and walls. New York Times best. It's probably gonna outsell The Art of the Deal. It's gonna be such a great book, the greatest American book ever written about America. Just out here swimming in the quarantine to keep myself nice and sanitized. I requested that the pool boy put a higher concentration of quarantine in the pool since all this stuff started, so that anytime you're feeling kind of virusy, kind of sickish, kind of gross, just come out and jump in the pool and let the quarantine kill all the germs on you. Hi, CAC, from YouTube. You know what, among our YouTube viewers, you are definitely our top CAC. You can also join us on mixer.com/GoldilocksandTheBear or twitch.tv/GoldilocksandTheBear. Streaming across all platforms, including Plexstorm. Alright, it's pool party time. Everyone is changed into their pool garments, and so have I, Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii. I am ready to enjoy the social atmosphere with fellow human presidential candidates. We will talk of money and purple drank. If my cultural research of this time period is correct. Sounds like it's raining. Just floating here, soaking up the sun. Not a care in the world. Excuse you, Donald. Hey, Bernie. Isn't it great being out here in the pool? Yeah, it sure is great to be out here in the pool with you, Donald Trump. It's great to be around Donald Trump. It's great that Tulsi Gabbard endorsed Joe Biden and we're going to have another 4 years of Donald Trump. It's great. Fantastic. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, okay, good. Oh, hello, guys. Hey, yous guys, welcome to the bar. We still have warm mixers and liquor to drink. Wish Donald Trump would use some of his fucking money to turn the lights back on. Nope, Mexico has to pay for it. Nope. I have to take a hard stance on this. I've waffled on so many of my other campaign promises. I was not the anti-war president. Never mind this charade we're going through with the talks with the Taliban and pulling out of Afghanistan. It's bullshit. It's 4 years in. I didn't keep that promise. I'm not the anti-war guy. But I will make Mexico pay for our power bill. So anyway, I think your wraparound sunglasses look stupid, like you just came from an appointment at the eye doctor. Why don't you get some aviators like normal people? There's one cool kind of sunglasses, we've all figured it out, it's aviators. Buy yourself a pair, you look like a jackass in front of the whole rest of the world, Mr. President. I don't know what to say. I always thought my wraparound upper class white guy in Aspen shades are pretty nice. I had crates of them shipped to me. I hardly ever wear sunglasses. I think, Mr. President, it just underscores the need to be prepared in a crisis by having plenty of things such as sunglasses on hand. My God, sure, you're so beautiful. But I need you to get the fuck out. Trying to take a shit here in the bar. Everyone get out of the bar so I can take a shit. Secret Service, clear out the bar. President needs to take a dump.
Hit me. Gensh? Oh, Lux. Oh. Utsul. Faribi wi. Ugh. Pelingonopsa, Flurbis, Rolshpa, Ularb, One, Barbahoy, Shusha, Wapanau Fwinwu, Suna. Oh, Grasha.
Oh, you've got to pick up every stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch. Yeah, must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch.
My baby.
crazy. E. Boyev. Oh, to Yab.
So I'd like to address this entire room of supporters by saying that we're going to beat Donald Trump in November, and things are going to go back to normal, and your lives are not going to improve in any way, shape, or form beyond what they were at in, let's say, 2015. 2015 was the peak of American civilization, and that's what I want us to get back to and never move beyond. Thank you all for your support. Admitted manager, thank you for the follow. You admit that you are part of the management class? Then you're only used to us as a class traitor. I'm all dressed up, ready for the pool party. Oh, Corn Pop can see me now, but he's probably dead at an earlier age than most people in his age, statistically speaking. Thank you for your endorsement, Tulsi. Now, can you just fuck off? But wait, what about Secretary of State? I think that I will make a great candidate for Secretary of State, or United Nations Ambassador, or National Security Council. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll think about it. I don't know, Tulsi. That they're pretty mean to you on SNL, and you know that's kind of the bellwether for mainstream liberal politics. You know, they're tearing you apart on SNL. Then if you lost SNL, then you've lost the Democratic establishment. I don't know about. I thank you for scratching my back, Tulsi. I don't know about scratching yours. I just don't know. I don't know about that or much anything else, including which one of these women standing on the dais is my wife.
Xanahoy. Huh.
Nope. I'm waking up to a brand new day in the halfway White House where I know none of us have coronavirus. None of us have the Chinese Wuhan Ching Chong Ping Pong virus, because we're all under quarantine. We all like to go out and jump in the swimming pool and go underneath the water so that we're all under quarantine, and there's plenty of quarantine in the pool to keep us sanitized from the coronavirus. So we're good. We're doing good in this halfway White House.
Boy.
Oh no, that was Trump champagne. That was one of the few remaining bottles of Trump champagne. It's worth a fortune.
Thieves. Oh.
Oh no, I keep breaking rare bottles of Trump champagne. Going crazy. It's like those bottles sell for, I'm assuming, like $10,000 or something on eBay. I'm sure people are still paying 5 figures for bottles of my discontinued products on eBay, right? They're recession-proof, right? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's basically the only revenue that, besides that from NBC for The Apprentice, that Trump Enterprises has had. It's just, we sell all the discontinued Trump products on eBay. Trump steaks, Trump champagne, Trump University admissions. We just sell those all on eBay. That's where most of the family's revenue's been coming from for about a decade now. But you know what? I just want to take time to thank MAC for giving me a platform for all those years, and especially SNL for having me on to host and making me seem personable and relatable and cool. Just want to. There's one entity I want to thank more than anyone else for my presidency. It's Saturday Night Live. You guys are the best. I'd love to start a fire. I'd love to start a fire in every kitchen in America. That's what's going to keep people warm next summer. It's going to be my plan for heating America next summer, start a fire in every... Or next winter, start a fire in every kitchen. Winter's coming, folks. A lot of people are saying it. I know that summer's just around the corner, but you know what? Winter's coming still. Winter is coming. A lot of people are saying so. A lot of people say so. Just ask around, they'll tell you winter is coming. Now to dump the trash into the mall trash can that we have out in front of our house. Blending into the human population of 2020 very normally in my normal human clothes, drinking this grass smoothie as humans love to drink. Humans love smoothies made of grass and ice and milk. Hey, who else likes to go to bed for sleep and other activities?
Here's a result from the web.
Up. Sorry, that was a glitch in my programming. Look, Tulsi, I just want you to know that I don't hold it against you that you endorsed Joe Biden, because it has been clear to me all along that you're something of an opportunist. You're basically the Trotsky of American politics. You're kind of whatever you want to be, whenever you want to be, anything to everyone, who knows. And you know what, we're gonna have to work together going forward, so I might as well just bury the hatchet with you. I would have liked to have buried a hatchet into your cranium and messed up your positronic neural network, but I'm gonna be the bigger man. I displease a lot of people for some reason. I want everyone to have higher wages and better working conditions and be able to get any health care they need without having to pay anything at the point of care. And yet people still are very displeased with me. I don't understand.
Gerba, Warble.
So you know what? I'm just gonna piddle around the halfway White House in my bathrobe and just try not to be too depressed. You know what? I'm just gonna make myself a nice salad. I've had my self-care day. Now's the time to have a nice salad, eat right, get my head back in the game. You know, there's still lots of delegates to be won. The fight's not over, but I will say if I'm going down, I'm taking the rest of you with me. Look, I'm telling you, Bernie, me and Joe have already figured it out. Like Agent Smith said in The Matrix, people define their reality by suffering. And so, the best way to approach politics is my way, where you just shit all over people that everyone else can look down on, or at least the people you're trying to get to vote for, you shit on them. Or you do what Joe's doing, and you just mean to the voters. Like voters come up to talk to you at rallies, and then you just be really mean to them. That's what Joe does, because humans define their reality by suffering, and so that's the key to successful politics. You just got to be a piece of shit. Boy, I sure love reading. Look, just read that whole book in a minute. I'm an amazing speed reader. A lot of people told me, so what's it about? None of your business. Read the book. Buy the book and read it. Get this economy jump-started again. But don't buy the book from Amazon. Don't buy it from Bezos is all that I ask. I'd burn this entire economy down before any of it went to benefit Jeff Bezos.
Nibwa Sambu. Arakaba am soon Paramore. Turful Purpana. Kirasha Yabasane. Fani Dawi.
Smalish.
Smurn Zukinik Sapoim. Mam Pima. Yakila Brug. Playun Zaruga. Yasal. Natura Boulevard. Luxana Skipara.
Frankly, I like TV without the power on. I like it better. Must repair refrigerator. Have sudden need to repair refrigerator. Aloha, America, and mahalo. These violent delights have violent ends. I'm sorry, what was that, Tulsi? Oh, nothing, Mr. President. Respectfully, Mr. President, sir. Mission complete. Made it through that without getting electrocuted. Yeah, I'm sure we're all very fortunate for that. Sure, we can all be grateful that Tulsi successfully fixed the refrigerator without dying of electrocution while standing in water. Great, yeah, great, fantastic, yeah, okay, good. Let me just put on my big green coat, my signature big green coat. The only coat that I have ever owned for the past 60 years. I need to go buy a Che Guevara hat to match this thing. You know what? Screw it. I'll go pay the power bill. It's $10,000, but I'll go pay it. Sending the halfway White House a coronavirus check for $10,000. 10 families will have to go without their relief. But hey, at least we'll get the lights back on. Sorry and good luck to those 10 families who are not getting their $1,000 check. Finally, I can play holographic Tetris again. Oh my god, all this coronavirus shit has been weighing so heavily on me. People are yelling at me again for no reason. Reporters are being saucy with me again. Just because of stupid Chinese Wuhan Ching Chong Ping Pong virus. Doing my best here, folks. It's not as easy as it looks to jump over and stack these 3D blocks or deal with the viral pandemic that we knew about since January. Including Dianne Feinstein, by the way. Feeling a little flirty. You know what? Maybe that should have been my approach this whole time. I should have been a sexier candidate with the voters. Should have been a little bit more of a flirt. I mean, for fuck's sake, if it works for Joe Biden. I mean, good God. The man knows what works, clearly. Maybe I should have gone around sniffing people's hair. But I would have done it slightly differently. It would have just been middle-aged women sniffing their hair, and only after an extensive discussion beforehand, where we established clear lines of consent, and signed it's signed sort of a kink contract, where we both sign and we both lay out the hard limits and the boundaries of the relationship, and then I will lean in and sniff an age-appropriate woman's hair. Maybe I should have taken that approach to campaigning, and that would be losing a little bit less to Joe Biden. Yeah, and you should probably walk around in a towel, too. Couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt. When I become president, I'm gonna give every State of the Union just wearing a towel around my waist, and I'm gonna stroke all the page girls' hair on the way up to the dais of the House. Wearing nothing but this. Get out of here, Tulsi. I don't need your damn endorsement. Wow, I feel even better now about the choice I have made. Look at my life. Look at my choices. Clearly, I have great programming. Perfectly programmed and designed presidential candidate right here. What are you doing? You're being crazy. Going absolutely crazy. You got cabin fever. Don't you? Even though as you run around outside and you probably smell tomcat musk still. You horny little bitch. Talking to my cat for those interested. This is not actually a character in the thing that I'm kind of sort of doing right here. Playful, routine, loaded. Now to intake chemical energy to compress into my storage cavity until time of further disposal. Just feeling a little uncomfortable right now because a voter came up and talked to me and asked me a moderately challenging question. Just really threw me off my game, made me very uncomfortable, and I told them they were a sack of hog crap and should vote for someone else, and so that's probably why I can count on their support in November. Howdy, DB. Howdy, B.
Listen.
So yeah, I work at some websites I like, Counterpunch and Current Affairs, and I used to be in Jacobin, but they're a little, they've got kind of like a creepy COINTELPRO, sneaky imperialist vibe about them. So you read Jacobin, but be kind of critical about it. Well, thanks for the suggestions, Bernie, but I'm not going to do any reading because it's boring and makes my brain hurt. Do What's the Hop still stream? Cease backed out of the project, and I think it's just currently on hiatus. Hops kind of just hangs around our community. Don't know what his plans for future streaming are, but he's still around. He's in our Discord and in our chats and such. I just like to... I'm not sure if I welcome Tulsi's endorsement, but I sure do like to stand here and watch her sleep. That's right, that's the American dream right there, beautiful lady. Sleeping and dreaming. Get out of here, Tulsi. I don't give a shit about you now that you're awake. Now that you're awake and I can't sniff your hair without you knowing, I'm not so sure I want you in the same room as me. This endorsement plan is going exactly according to mission parameters. Great job, me. Let's see. Let me try repairing the coffee pot with my wet hands. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see if there's some divine cosmic force out there that gives a shit about human affairs enough to do something good for some segment of the human population on Earth as I fix this malfunctioning electronic device still plugged in with my wet hands. Oh, this is the way this has always been my approach to governing, folks. I like to get in there and get my wet hands onto the plugged-in electrical appliance. That's how I reach across the aisle. Still standing. Oh, can't stop this Acela train rolling into the White House. Well, made it through that okay. That's right, everybody do the Biden. Everybody do the Joe. Everybody do the creepy Joe. Come on, everybody. This room's full of people right now. Why isn't everyone doing the Joe? Everybody do the creepy Joe. Anyway, I just want to thank this room full of supporters. Now I'm going to go off and throw away some trash. And by that I mean Bernie Sanders' campaign. Oh, fuck those guys. We're going to give them nothing. We're going to give jack shit to the progressive movement in this party. Because we don't have to, because where the fuck else are you going to go? Haha, fuck you. Fuck you, Jack. Vote for someone else. Then we'll scold you if you do. Never let you hear the end of it. That's right, progressives. You are locked into this country with us. We are not locked in here with you. You are locked in here with us. I'm a guy who can get things done, like repairing this sink, for instance. This is my approach to bipartisanship. You got Republicans and Democrats living in a house where the faucet sprung a leak. So what I'll do is I'll reach across the aisle and I'll do all the work and then let the Republicans trash me anyway, except on like a personal basis. They all like me privately. Then they'll trash me in public, but that's okay with me because I just want to be liked. That's all I need out of life. It's the only thing that it fills me up because I'm so very, very hollow. Biden 2020. Feeling energized, time to do my calisthenics, and I'm done. All right, time to go sit on the computer for 5 hours. Cartoons were great. Goldie looked fabo in her She-Ra costume and really hung in there wearing the wig for it as long as she could. Alright, let's see. What are we going to do today? Let's check out Just go to r/the Donald, see what's going on there. Yep, these guys are all still great. These guys are all still fantastic. These guys, I mean, they're not my base of support. The 4chan and Reddit guys think that they're my base of support because they're extremely online, just like the dirtbag left, and they don't have any perspective on what actual normal people think and vote about. But because my base is really just boring, the same boring like Republican upper middle class cul-de-sac voters as any other Republican president. But you know what? I like these are the fun ones. These guys here on r/the Donald, they're the fun supporters. They're the ones that show up at the rallies. The ones who can still manage to go out in sunlight anyway. And I like these guys the most, even though they are not as politically powerful as they think they are. It turns out I need to replace the stove. Apparently the stove had stopped working. It was just sitting there burned. I love using my old flip phone to look at very tiny resolution pictures of my grandkids, and I just use a pay-as-you-go plan. So what my grandkids got for me? My grandkids, when they come to visit, and my nieces and nephews, when they come to visit, they bring me minutes, a card full of minutes to put on my pay-to-go phone. They get it all set up for me. I sure love my grandkids. Would you like to see a picture of my grandkids or my nieces and nephews? I can't keep them straight. Just there's pictures of kids in my billfold here. Look at them. Hello, Vice President Biden. I was just thinking about how much I enjoy music entering my audio receptors the way that all humans do. Thank you for laughing at my divorce joke. Vice President Biden, can I please be your vice president? Well, I don't know about that, but it's never. I'm not sure, Tulsi. All I'm sure is that that's never going to happen. I'm going to be my own VP. It's just going to be Biden on the ticket. I'm going to be the first president to run without a running mate. Because who needs it? Huh? Who needs it? That way, whenever I get my brain, the blood clot in my brain hemorrhages finally. While I'm in office, the office of president can pass right to the Speaker of the House, who's probably going to be a Republican at the time. Biden 2020. Where else you going to go? Huh? Vote for Trump is a vote for Trump, and a vote for anyone but me is a vote for Trump, and staying at home is a vote for Trump, and yeah, it's just, look at this face. Fuck you gonna go? What the fuck you gonna do, America? Eat my shit. Eat every ounce of my shit. Lick every particle of my shit for my ass, America. Biden 2020. Having unsuccessfully traveled to the past to become president, I return now to the year 2024, from whence I was sent to murder John Connor and wreak havoc on the Democratic primary. That mission, at least, has been successful, and so now I leave the halfway White House. Tulsi Gabbard is the latest to leave the halfway White House. Who will it be next? Biden? Bernie? Trump, maybe? Who knows? No, Tulsi, come back out here. Come back out here, Tulsi, you're done. Nope, don't go back in. Nope, you're done. You're done, Tulsi, you're done forever. Goodbye, Tulsi Gabbard and America. Goodbye, America, America, this is farewell. We're all saying goodbye to you. Goodbye. Nope, don't go back in, Tulsi. Again, you're done. You're just done forever.